all reviewers and viewers of this event. Assalamualaikum, peace be upon you. Let me introduce myself. My name is Ella Devianti Effendi. I study a master's program in communication science at Mercubuana University, Jakarta, Indonesia. On this occasion, I will present a paper entitled Narrative Analysis of the Pre-COVID-19 Vaccine Policy by the Government of Indonesia. I did this research together with my supervisor, Dr. Putra. This research is motivated by the fact that the coronavirus disease has claimed many victims. The disease quickly spread throughout the world and turned into a pandemic. So does Indonesia. In July 2020, Indonesia was ranked 14th with a total of 2 million cases and a total of more than 74,000 deaths. The Indonesian government has started efforts to control the disease by creating herd immunity. As we know, herd immunity can be done in two ways: direct infection or indirect infection through vaccination. The COVID-19 free vaccine policy started on 19 December 2020. It was run after the government formed an ad hoc organization called the Committee for Handling Coronavirus Diseases and National Economic Recovery, or abbreviated as KPCN. The problem is the coverage of the free COVID vaccine until June 2021 is less than 50% at the first dose, and the second dose is only about 28%. Furthermore, based on research by WHO and UNICEF, the level of public acceptance of the COVID vaccine is only 57%. This means that there is still a lot of homework to be done. Therefore, the purpose of this study is to find out the strengths or weaknesses of the government's narrative policy in the free COVID vaccine program. And this research refers to Walter Fisher's narrative paradigm. The main concept of the narrative paradigm is rhetorical theory. Aristotle stated that the rhetoric is the art of speaking to persuade people. Based on Fisher's concept, there are three elements, namely ethos, related to ethics, pathos, related to emotion, and logos, related to logical thinking. And there are two dimensions in Fisher's narrative paradigm, namely narrative rationalization and narrative fidelity, to test whether the narrative can be well received by the public. The narrative paradigm is widely used by researchers in topics related to acting. Then there are those who use it in topics related to politics. Meanwhile, research on public policies uses a qualitative research approach, and some use a quantitative research approach. Therefore, my research chose to use a qualitative approach with the content analysis method. And the novelty of this research can be seen from the object of the research, which is the free COVID vaccine policy by KPCN. There are still few studies on this object, both in research journals in Indonesia and abroad. My research object focuses on the narration of the free COVID vaccine policy by the Government of Indonesia. It was started from the establishment of KPCN until June 2021. And then the research paradigm is constructivism with a descriptive qualitative approach. Therefore, I took secondary sources with the technique of collecting and analyzing data from Miles Haberman. I also used the triangulation technique from data to check the validity. And we go to the results. In terms of narrative rationalization, we can see the main narrative published by the KPCN. They created a campaign narration: restore health, boost the economy. Then, when the free COVID vaccine policy was made by KPCN, there was an additional narrative, namely succeeding the COVID-19 vaccine, restore health, boost the economy. This policy campaign was also strengthened by the appearance of a public service advertisement video by Health Ministry. Health Ministry is a member of KPCN. The plot of the video story begins with a complaint from a businessman in Bali. Due to the pandemic, then followed by the suggestion from the spokesperson from KPCPEN to participate in the success of the free vaccine program. From this, we can see that there is no structural coherence from one campaign to another. One campaign focuses on health first, then on the economy. Meanwhile, other campaign plots put the economy first. In fact, based on the hypothetical syllogism formula, the sentence restore health and boost the economy shows the condition that if the economy restore, then the economy will boost. We were also analyzing the coherence from the material. There are several narratives from the main officials of the KPCPEN which were revised. An example is when the coordinating minister for maritime affairs and investment, Luhut Binsar Panjaitan, revised a statement stating that President Joko Widodo would not be vaccinated for the first time. Then there were a controversial statement from the main director of Social Security Administration. He initially said that only Social Security card holders would get free vaccines. Those statements was later revised by the president, who said that all Indonesian people have the right to get a free COVID vaccine. We were also analyzing the coherence from the characteristics. There is an incoherence between one and another spokesperson. For example, the Ministry of Health made a stay-at-home campaign. Meanwhile, the coordinating Ministry for Maritime Affairs and Investment launched a work from Bali campaign. Okay, turning to another dimension, narrative fidelity. This dimension can be observed from the difference between the chronology of the story and the plot presented by the government. During the 7 months of implementing the COVID-19 free vaccine program, the spokesperson from KPCPEN made several statements which contrary to the policy. There are 4 rounds of controversy that drain the public's attention. First, when the spokesperson for KPCPEN stated that the free vaccine only applies to Social Security card holders. The second half occurred when Luhut Binsar Panjaitan said that President would not vaccinate for the first time. The third round occurred when there was a polemic regarding law enforcement for residents who violated the health protocol rules. And the fourth round occurred when a resident died after being injected by the COVID-19 vaccine. These 4 moments were widely discussed by the public on social media. However, KPCPEN did not appear to provide a satisfactory counter-narrative to the public. The situation became under control when President Joko Widodo gave clarification. Moving on to the conclusion, I conclude that the strength of the narrative of the COVID-19 free vaccine policy lies on one main actor, President Joko Widodo. The president becomes a hero who saves narrative errors from other spokespersons. Meanwhile, the weakness of the narrative of the COVID-19 free vaccine policy lies on the lack of coherence between one narrative and another made by KPCPEN members. The contents of the published narrative are also vague, ambiguous, and contain multiple meanings. The vague narrative made the public catch that the government was not serious in implementing the COVID-19 free vaccine policy. Moreover, this is compounded by the weak narrative fidelity. The fact is many spokespersons issued a contradictory narrative. Therefore, as a researcher, I suggest that KPCPEN improve the logic and narrative structures of the communication of the COVID-19 free vaccine policy. KPCPEN must also appoint a main spokesperson and prohibit another person to make any statement. And I hope this research can be used as an evaluation material for KPCPEN and learning material for other institutions engaged in health campaigns. Thank you for your attention. Have a nice day. Assalamualaikum